Narratives are there just to confuse the mind to what's really going on. We see things all the time that don't make sense. If you really dig into history, none of it makes sense. Let's take a trip into this ridiculous narrative. So here we go. West Blocton Coke Ovens in Alabama, in the middle of nowhere. All of your Coke ovens are here. So here we go. Pretty much sums it up here. 1887. I have a bunch of founding fathers here. Founders. This is not the same place. It might a little bit look like it, but there's two walls here that you're supposedly walking through that I did, and this over here is just level straight with this side. Very suspicious, all these guys just kind of standing there. And apparently there's a bridge back here. I didn't go on this side, but definitely will in the wintertime. But I'm calling that right here. So the West Blocton Coke Ovens, situated among ruins of 467 ovens, were capable of producing 600 tons of coke daily. Construction on the ovens began in 1887. Okay. So here currently we have 1,217 people in West Blocton. Peak of population of West Blocton was in 1990. 1,468 people. That was the peak. It's right here of West Blocton. Okay, so we can assume that it was way less than that back in 1888. So the official narrative has 457 coke ovens, but only half of them were used. They built the other half, as they say, for backup. Backup for a population at least below 1,400 people at the peak of 1990. The dripping bricks, everything looking similar but different colors, just rows and rows and rows of these supposed ovens. I mean, come on. Look at the trees. Look at the devastation of it. The layers and layers of what the brick's done right here. The scorching, no signs of any soot from cooking, brick everywhere. And why do you have these blocks every now and then? You have plenty of brick. Over and over again, the melting and dripping, changing state of matter of brick and mortar. I do encourage everyone flying a drone not to do this when getting very excited about seeing some ruins. Keep in mind, 1909 is when this place was abandoned. You have brick turning to rock, cooking. This is just old world structure. Got hammered in a cataclysm. That's what I see. I don't see hundreds of ovens cooking coke. Some are underground, some are not. Going back to the black and white picture, it looks nothing like this. Where's all the top gone? Why are some buried and some not? Where did all that dirt come from? It's just sitting there for over 100 years, supposedly, without anything. No work, no workers. And here, blocks. Why do you need these blocks in the front and the back and just scattered about? This whole place is covered in brick and mortar. Narratives are just lies to confuse everyone, to just go along and walk and say, oh, look, it's old. Oh, it was in the Civil War. Oh, look at that castle. How long did it take to build? 500 years? Oh, okay. Go back to our books, indoctrinated colleges, and they beat and beat into our heads total hogwash. That means nothing. Like, what is this place? And what was it? Even battery looking. There is a creek, a water system close to this place. I'm sure it had something to do with it one time before it got destroyed. But there's no reason for any of this in the middle of nowhere. And the question is, why do these bricks turn like this? You can't recreate it. There's no ovens, or you can't even build these ovens and it look like this if you use them. How are they all different? How every one of them with rainbow colors, with different colors of all the spectrum, the mortar lines. You can see them cooked. Just unbelievable damage. Electrical heat, it seems to me. Will we ever know? I don't know. Lava looking, lava rock, and then a brick that has what looks like lava rock attached to it. There's no explanation for this. More blocks here. You can see what the X Factor has done. Extreme heat, compression, making what they call sedimentary lines. Again, no reason for these huge blocks. They've been transformed. They were brick mortar. More brick turned to block. Clay. What's clay? Clay is from brick. It's recycled. This is just brick. Looks like pieces of rock and ash. That's what it's changed into right there. It's right in front of our face. See, this didn't quite turn to this. This is just brick ash. It's all you're seeing. This was brick. The transitioning's so obvious. Brick to rock. Crumbling apart. You would never put that on top of that. There's no reason to. And it's just a few of them. Here. What kind of intense, extreme heat would do this? bursting out, bubbling up, dripping. Just incredible. Something incredible that you cannot create. We cannot create this today. Just a wall of melt. Again, different colors than compared to all the other ovens. Why? It was all built and used at the same time. None of this makes sense. Where did the top go? It's all down here on the bottom. How? It was just abandoned. Look at this. This is what the brick's done. This was brick. This was also brick. It changed in the middle of all this. Blocks. Why are these blocks here? No reason. You have millions of bricks. Here, these are not borehole lines or boreholes. To me, they're just impressions of the brick and the mortar, and it's just left over. That's why they're just random and everywhere. You can see here, this is the outer covering. This was all brick and mortar. I don't know how they did this, but that's just what we see. So you're telling me you put all these huge blocks here with donkeys, horses, carts, and then for the rest of the way down, thousands of feet, it's just brick. So, okay. Gooey mess. According to the black and white, these were all covered. Half of this is missing. Really, more than half. Where did it all go? Where did all this dirt come from? Why is it different colors? Why are some dripping more than others? Just a few questions. Clean up on aisle 2. Got some drippy bricks. More ovens. Supposed. More here. Almost buried on both sides down here. All coming over, looks like to me. What happened here? Almost totally gone. They're all abandoned at the same time. A little suspicious. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, infinity. You get the point. Almost completely buried. So this was brick, turned to block, turned to this. More dripping, drippy. Pretty sure even the indoctrinated historian would be like, okay, who put this shit together? Peekaboo. I see you. Right there. Yep. See what's happening? I do. This must have been the heaviest picnic table on earth for the workers right here. Very sturdy though. This is where they ate all their sandwiches and stuff here. Abandoned. Is this a 110-year-old tree? I don't know. Where did it all go? Where did all this go? Here's a good example of what the brick did. This is what it changed into. You have brick everywhere. Here, this is what it changes into. Here you go, brick. And we're going to change into this. It's the same thing. Always the lonely red brick, leaving its evidence. Can you convince yourself this was abandoned? Really? A little close up.